All right, I was a little slow on the punch there. I don't have my producer Jason anymore. He left me something about a career doing other things. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And it's 4-1. Yeah, 4-1 right now for Windsor. Been an interesting period. And sitting on the sidelines, if you will. I'm sure he's got lots to say about what's going on. Let's get our friend Jay Peckham back in here. Hello, Jay.
Is it okay just to be cranky?
Well, that certainly was an interesting period. Let's go back to, well, first of all, shots on goal. This kind of brings into our conversation about shots on goal that we had. We've got 30 shots on goal. They got 19. So what exactly is Windsor doing differently with their shots?
Well, I think, David, honestly, they're picking their shots better. They're picking their opportunities better. I mean, 40 shots on goal, if they're all right into the center mass of the goalie or right off the pad, they don't really account for much.
Right.
There's no, they're not hard to stop. Whereas, the shots that Windsor's taking on us right now, they're making chances, and I think that honestly, at least 3 of those goals were defensive breakdowns. I think what I would say sort of characterized period 2 for me was we played a bunch of pond hockey. It's like these guys haven't played together for a while. Anyway.
What I found interesting out there,
some young guys.
Yeah. My dad always told me, whatever sport I played, there's no extra points for fanciness, right? And I sort of felt like a few of those passes, I forget who it was, they were down along the side of the boards and they had the puck and they passed backwards, and then the next guy tried to pass backwards again, and then he wasn't ready, and that's, Windsor just got a hold of that puck and went down there and took it down to, a new goalie, and there was just, it was obvious from the moment Windsor picked up that puck, we didn't really think that there was a chance.
Well, and I think, honestly, David, that play, what that pointed out for me is honestly simply that these guys have not played, they don't know each other on the ice yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're, if that was a typical play in practice, or, if that particular lineup sort of knew to expect those kinds of things happening, then you've got somebody in there picking up the play at the end, and that's just what didn't happen here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to try something fancy. Oh, hey, I'll try something fancy too. And where's our third level pickup guy? Oh, he's not there. And Windsor's skating up the other ice, 2-on-1. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and I really felt bad for Justin Ross in there. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I do too. We kind of hung him out to dry. And he's, I think this is probably a little faster pace than he's seen previously. And so, you're going to expect him to make a few mistakes, as everybody. I appreciate the young crew that we got on the go here. And no offense to them. This is a different game. We've talked about that many times, you and I, about the level of play at the OHL. And I think, it's very easy to get behind the play. We came out with all cylinders firing in period 1. And I think it's hard to maintain that kind of pace if you're not used to it. And we saw that in the second period. These guys came out flat-footed. They're a little behind the play. They're doing the dump and chase, and instead of dump and run, there was just a lot of rookie kind of stuff going on. I think that really hurt us in that period for sure.
Let's talk about Ashton Reeser. It's nice to see him back out on the ice, and as one of the assistant captains as well, sort of leading that, doing what he could to lead out there. And then we see a beautiful goal come from O'Donnell, and Reeser and Lulkin were involved in that goal. And that really was a great play.
It was a good play, and you know what? There is some good plays going on here, but I think that, again, it's a matter of trying to put these kind of things together a little more consistently, and taking a chance and taking advantage of those opportunities that we do have, rather than you can't do it flat-footed. Just a slow period for us, and I'm hoping what the Tang's saying in the dressing room right now is, you guys got to be able to give us 3 periods of hockey. So whatever you say in your second period experience, let's leave it all out to period 3, because we need to come back now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was just going to say, I wonder, only imagining what the conversation is in the locker room right now. And, leave the fanciness at home. We're not ready for that yet. I always go back to, a higher level. I mean, Wayne Gretzky always said that, he knew exactly where everybody was on that ice, both teams and his players. And sort of like the captain of a ship as well, that your players know what you're going to do. They know your move. They know your style. And these guys just haven't really seemed to figure that out yet. And really, that only just comes with time, right?
Sure. And let's not forget, I mean, we've got a bunch of guys out for a training camp with the NHL.
Right.
So, like 5 or 6 of our guys are out doing that, learning more. And that takes them off the ice. I mean, we're putting in some young guys that are, a bit, they might not necessarily have it all down. And they haven't had that level of play. They haven't been in all the strategy sections. They might not understand and get how the rest of the team is playing. And when you've got 1 or 2 guys on each line that is, you're not quite sure where their level of play is at, you might have the occasional breakthrough. So, we do have a young team out. It's not our best team, but it's, I still have some confidence. We got still some strong players out there right now. Diversity's been doing a great job. Black's been, fairly consistent. Nemesnikov, I love this kid. He's playing the lights out there. Savage is doing a pretty decent job, but he's new. He hasn't been playing with the team long. So, you're kind of expected to be maybe a little out of position on occasion, and we're seeing that. I think that's sort of what broke down in your period.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the fans will certainly be looking for them to make up for it, as preseason games are always sort of just getting the fans exciting and getting the teams used to each other out on the rink, as you mentioned there. Jay, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the game here tonight, and we'll see you at the next one.
100%, Dave. Thanks so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Go Sting, go!
Go Sting, go! All right, again, our friend Jay Peckham joining us here from the trenches, as he likes to call it, and giving us the insight on what he sees happening out there. He's certainly very accurate. Unfortunately, right now, for the Sarnia Sting of Windsor, dominated that second period 4-1 right now for Windsor. And as Jay mentioned, we're seeing a lot of the rookies out there. There's a young team out there, as we've got some of the players who are away at the NHL camps right now. But that really doesn't hold to any excuses for playing the game. We've got to play with who you've got out there, and certainly the leadership will be having their conversations right now. I kind of saw something similar too, where it just seemed a little too fancy, or trying to be too fancy, and it just looks like they just need to get back to the fundamentals of what's going on out there to bring it out here for the next 20 minutes to the third period. Only that time will tell. And again, with 30 shots on goal over 19, if you just keep shooting it straight at them, that's not going to make it go in, right? So you got to get around that, into that meshy thing, as Jay Peckham would say. Good to have you back here joining us. And don't forget that you can go online to sarniasting.com to keep yourself updated on what's happening. And you can also purchase your 50-50 tickets online as well. I think they're getting ready to count that money. So future SarniaSting.com to be able to purchase those 50-50 tickets. I want to say thank you to the Sarnia Sting and for welcoming me back here to the concourse. Of course, coming up, your regular season and your regular season's games will be available on Cogeco Your TV. Terry Doyle will be back doing play-by-play, and we expect, of course, Lee Cunningham and Pat DeRoche will be back doing their play-by-play on CHOK Radio. They're actually up in their CHOK booth. I didn't recognize them. They don't have their ties on. They're just kind of hanging out and enjoying the game without having to do the job, so to speak. So we'll look forward to being able to listen to them and watch it also again on television. And I'm really happy to be back here as well. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. For now, I'm David Burrows. Take care. Bye-bye.